How have you intentionally kept your love for each other on fire?
Yes, we use gas. We don't use kerosene. That's how we do it. You're waking up every morning and you're like, I'm marrying this person for the very first day. I've not married my king today.
I've not been married to him
today, exactly. So you're approaching it with that novelty, that excitement, that passion. So if you want to cook food, you're cooking it like, oh, I want to mesmerize him.
And you do that.
Exactly.
That being romantic is not complicated.
Yeah.
Being romantic is just doing the same thing you would have otherwise done, but nothing special. Okay guys, welcome back to the last section of this our wonderful Q&A session. The questions are long.
Tanya, you should pay me for all these questions you have said.
You didn't expect the
as in
the number of questions we've gotten, but it's a good thing.
We're happy to share.
We're happy to share with you. So we're going to go into the next question, just like I read before the break. How have you intentionally kept your love for each other on fire? Did it ever go down and need rekindling?
Yes, we use gas. We don't use kerosene. That's how we do it. Gas will burn very fast, and longer. Hey, God, the gas starts.
But I don't think we've ever experienced the love going down thing.
Yes.
I don't think we've ever experienced, because I remember at the point we had that conversation of like people told us that after 2 years or
it did not be cold.
Feeling the love.
The butterflies.
But I mean, honestly, we have not experienced that. I don't know whether it's maybe our own experience after 5 years.
We're waiting. Sisterly,
yeah. We really have not experienced that.
I don't know if there's maybe something we are doing that's
the problem. I don't even know. Do you get? I don't know why, but I just know we've not experienced that. And I do think that one of the contributing factors is we're just very good friends.
Yes.
So sometimes it's not even really the butterflies. We just enjoy each other's company. So much. So
it's not serious marriage.
Yeah, we're not serious people. I think that's part of the problem. So we're not, all okay, my lord, you're welcome home, and then go and do this and another. We're just friends, and I think that friendship we are really good friends. Like I think most couples say that their spouse is their best friend, but I think with us we are really best friends. So I guess that has contributed to it. But do we do anything to keep our fire alive?
Oh God, I pray.
The thing is this. When we think about it, nothing might become apparent. But the truth is that there are a lot of things that we do that we become used to. So it doesn't seem special to us anymore. Just take for instance, being considerate of one another is something that is missing in so many marriages, and it's shocking at how not common that is. For instance, we went to buy food today when we were coming to the office, and you bought food somewhere else. I didn't want to eat there, so I went somewhere else, bought something else, and I just bought something else. But I saw something that I knew you would want to eat, and I just bought it without even telling you. Right? And so when you came, you just asked me, "Did you buy this for me?" And I was like, "Of course."
So those little acts of love.
I didn't think about it, and you knew I would do it. That's what was funny. You knew I would do it, even though you didn't ask me. So I think it's those things. It's
being
those little
intentional
things. Being intentional about loving your partner. Paying attention. Like for instance, during my last birthday, you went out of your way to buy me something that you knew I needed at that time. So it was just being thoughtful, being considerate, paying attention to that person and being considerate. I don't see how a marriage will dwindle if that is happening consistently. So I think it's not anything grand, it's not anything special, but it's just the consistency in being considerate, being kind, being considerate of others and caring for people. So I don't think it's anything grand. We've not, even till now, we've not even really done a honeymoon. We've not shut up. Let's not
go there. People of God, let's not go there. Let's not go there, because some people people they don't want to do what they promise, but we'll keep enduring, we'll keep having patience. One day.
Get your honey. Get your honey.
I trust you. I trust you.
Dubai.
But the 50K you promised me for the book, I never get that one. Just send me the 50K first. Uncle Biko said you got the 50K.
I don't break my promise.
Guys, you didn't know that one when I chasing the only book.
So I was saying.
So I think for me, what I'll add here is that talking about the fire going down, that means there was a fire present. And what people experience when they see a fine girl, a flashy girl, the butterflies in your tummy, those emotions going high and up and down. When you guys get married, it's like you're seeing the person every day, and maybe that tendency of I've seen you finish comes in, and you're looking for something new. So I'm going to approach it through this dimension. So whatever it is that you were doing that kept that fire moving, keep doing it. Exactly, those little things you were doing for your spouse, keep doing it. If there is a way you used to dress that he likes, don't get married and now say we are married, we've gathered, we are nothing, there's nothing else, we have locked the door, nothing, this is me, see me as I am, or don't forget it. So be intentional about keeping those woods that kept those fire burning
in the beginning.
Keep those wood there. So
I think, I think that's a very beautiful response. So just keep doing the things that you did at the beginning. I think that's one thing God has really helped us to do.
So you wake up every day and you say, what will I do to make my partner love me, or make my partner smile or make my partner feel good, or you're waking up every morning and you're like, I'm marrying this person for the very first day. That is one of the things that have helped me. I'm waking up and say, hey, I'm marrying this is the first day of our marriage. That love you wake up and say, I've not married my king
I've
today.
Not been married to him
today. Exactly. So you're approaching it with that novelty, that excitement, that passion. So if you want to cook food, you're cooking it like, I want to mesmerize him,
and you do that
exactly. So you're not like, it's my husband, it's common.
It's not like baby, we have Gary. People that being romantic is not complicated. Being romantic is just doing the same thing you would have otherwise done, but doing it in a special way. So like I could let's say you need a phone. I could go and just buy you a phone and say, "Nalapa phone." I just drop it, or I could write a note. I could just hide it and tell you go put here, go here. I still just bought a phone. Basically, it's the same thing, but I just presented it in a, and it just adds some spice, right? So I think it's just those. It's still the little things. Someone described caring for someone as anticipating their needs
and meeting it.
So if you pay attention to your spouse, you know what they need at time. And let's not go into that. There's a lot, but it will shock people how much we know about each other. Like down to your cycle. Like I know your cycle, when it starts, when it's ending. I know, like we know everything because we are paying attention to one another. So nothing takes us by surprise oftentimes, and very rarely.
Except the birthday surprise and the honeymoon surprise.
Everyone wants to surprise each other.
The honeymoon surprise the honeymoon surprise that you're going to.
This 5 years has been a honeymoon already.
Man of God, it's not a new honeymoon.
Okay, we'll move on to the next question. We've taken way too much time on that question. Next one is my question. This person has a number of questions. He says, what was settling down like at first? Especially in the first few months or year, probably. What was settling down like?
For my king, let me talk for you. For my king, it was not easy. He's a man of his space. So at first, it was like, oh my God.
You should always be here. Wait, is he every day?
Can we take a break? It's funny.
Can we take a 1 week break?
When you start relationship early, you can't wait to.
But again, it's because there was a distance.
Exactly.
We were living together.
Yes.
So it was like whenever we meet, it's like specialness. But when we got together, I was like, wait, for me, it was like, is it every day? I wake up and come back every day. It was difficult. It was difficult for me because I like my space. I remember saying that oftentimes when we got married, I remember the first time you traveled. My wife traveled and said she was going to see her parents, and then she was going to stay for, was it a week or so? And I was like, oh, but internally I was like, I beg.
Yes.
I was like, I beg, go first. let me be on my own and chill.
Let me breathe my own air only.
But then what shocked me was that after you left 2 days, I was like, I better come back. So I didn't know that, yes, I needed my space, but I had become used to having you around and having that company that I felt so lonely in just 2 days. And I said, I was like, pack your bag and come back. So it was surprising. You know, but then again, that points out the fact that men oftentimes we say we need our space, but we need our space as long as you're around. So
but
right?
not every time.
Not too far. We're like we might not be sitting with you every time. I might go to the room. I might just drive, go and visit a friend or something. But the goal is to just have a little time to myself. But I don't want you so far away that you are too distant. So sometimes I can be in the room, you're in the parlor. I'm still feeling your presence, right? It's like I'm having my space, but you're around somewhere. But if you travel or leave, that's a different thing altogether. It becomes very uncomfortable. So I think it took us a little, it was not so smooth. But then
for me, it wasn't a problem. I enjoyed his company. In fact, I wanted him to be around me all the time. But what shall we do? You have to go and work and make the dollars. So, but another aspect I'm going to come in is settling in would have been more difficult if we don't have healthy habits. As a human being, who are you? What kind of habits do you have as a person? Some persons, maybe they will use the toilet, they won't flush it, or they will eat and drop it.
So they're constantly irritating.
There's a lot of things that because you're now living with them. So if you don't have good habits as a human being, settling in will be difficult.
I think one of the things that God helped me to do was I was very intentional about not wanting to be a burden to my wife. For instance, I learned how to cook in school in university because and the main reason I learned how to cook was I said I didn't want to be a burden to my wife. Like what if my wife is sick? What will happen? So, and I think I also started learning personal hygiene. I was like, okay, bro, you have to. I'm not perfect yet, right? I still have my issues, but I think it's intentionality. It's just being intentional about don't irritate your partner. Don't because those are the things that
I've had some ladies really complain about that you have to pick up after him. He does this one, that's it. Oh God. So it's just build healthy habits. Just be a better woman being.
That really helps. Okay. So it says, how did you both deal with third parties, especially family and friends, visiting during the first few years? We didn't really have.
We didn't have all those.
We stayed on our own for at least the first year, almost the first 2 years. We had people that would just come for one day and go, but we made sure we maintained our space. Because we needed to become one, to bond. So we didn't. We're actually not very big on people coming to visit as much. Very close family, yes. Very close friends, yes. But even that.
I think our family and friends were wise. I think because
they were wise to give us that.
Yes, it's not what we did. We didn't tell them don't come. They were wise. They were just not always there. They didn't say I'm coming to visit.
And I think it really helped.
Yeah, it's really helped. So I don't have my mother coming to say I'm going to stay for 1 year or there was nothing like that.
I think those things are not healthy for a young couple.
Yes. To have a lot of family members come and
because there's the cleaving process that happens once you get married. You're supposed to be paying 100% attention to one another.
Exactly.
If you have too many other people to pay attention to, I don't think it helps for that initial bond. Just like I've noticed that many times couples who didn't have children immediately tend to have a better relationship than couples who had children immediately because oftentimes the children come and take your attention as well, distract you. But if you stay together alone,
learn one another.
You learn one another better, so it helps. That's not to say you shouldn't have children. All of those are
subjective.
Yeah, they're subjective, but it's just something that I've noticed.
But if you have people like barging in and visiting, you have to set boundaries.
Yes, you have to. You have to
really set boundaries, especially from
someone can't come and visit us without telling us. You just come and carry your bag and come out. It can't happen. You have to come.
So especially from the man side, you have to put your food. Even from the women, you have to decide. Okay, we're not going to have everybody, the whole village coming to stay with us, especially for the first few years.
The first few years, yeah. Okay, so this person says, what about finances? How would you encourage a lady that's getting married without a job but has a little business and intends furthering her education later on? In a case where the partner doesn't want to marry her while in school.
It's a different question.
What about finances? How would you encourage a lady that's getting married without a job but has a little business and intends furthering her education later on?
I think what I would say is
exactly. Discuss
with your partner. Is he
be
ready?
On the same page.
Yeah. Is it?
you can't do anything. Just be on the both of you. If both of you agree, then go ahead.
So if he's willing to take on the responsibility of furthering your education, let him say. If he's not, go and look for a job that will further your education, so that you not now carry responsibility that a man did not plan.
Exactly. And so if he says he's not going to do it, don't marry, and when you get there, expect him to.
Exactly. He said it.
So I think just be on the same page.
So don't assume that he's going to do it. Ask him.
Be clear. Be clear. In a case where the partner doesn't want to marry her while she's in school, which will make the relationship longer, even when she's explained it to him that she can handle it, what should she do? So this person wants to get married while in school. And then the partner doesn't want to get married to her while in school, and she has explained that she can handle being married and being a student. Again, you're not on the same page on the matter. So I don't know why it's urgent for you to get married, unless maybe you're aging and you still have many years to go. But then again, it's something both of you have to agree on. I think it's something you can't force him to marry you while you're in school, because he knows what he's getting. He knows the challenges, and he also might not want to
take that responsibility.
It might be the responsibility, financial responsibility. It could also be he knows because I'm trying to imagine as a man being married when I was in school. I would have died. Like, it's really that simple. And then people like, what if you get pregnant? What about? So I think there are a lot of considerations. I personally don't advise people to get married while in school, unless maybe you're getting on in years and there are a few considerations to take. We don't know the full story of this, but I would say you can't force him to marry you while in school. He has his reservations. However, it's something that both of you have to be on the same page with. So if he's willing, there are many people that are married students. So it's something about, are you willing? Does he know what it entails? And it sounds like he does, which is why he doesn't want to. So does he know what it entails, and is he willing to carry that burden? So I think, if you can be patient, school highest 3 years, 4 years, you're done at the maximum. Assuming you're in year 1. If not, it's 2 years or something, and you'll be done. And if not, if the person can't wait and doesn't want to marry you now, that person is not right for you. But then again, we don't know the full story, so don't take this as us giving you direct advice of what to do.
Just you can inbox us with the details.
You can maybe inbox us and tell us a little more about it. Alright, so we've answered something similar to this. This person says, how did you know he was the one, Lady Myra? But they now asked you, did you have a drawn list of requirements?
Chai, I had a voice say unto me, my daughter, PDK Victory Samuelson is your husband. Go ye in this might. I didn't have such a thing.
So did you have any list like your own?
Okay, now I'm talking about how do you know he was the one. I didn't hear any audible voice and all that. No, but I had an impression in my head. I had some scriptures that God gave me. So if I have a list of so how do I know he was the one? I got my spiritual conviction personally, not third party. Not my pastor told me he's the one, not my mother told me he's the one. Personal, I was convinced on my own through my place of prayer and relationship with God.
Very important.
That's number one. Then the other thing is the vision, the compatibility, the personality, the looks, all those ones, all those carnal things. It also helped me to say, okay, he's the one. Because if I'm not aligned to his vision in life, then we're gonna be like, always at loggerheads. So those are the things that helps me. So I got a spiritual conviction, and I got a ministry conviction. Then I got the personality conviction, because we are not going to be doing ministry all the time. We're going to be living together. So can we live together? Exactly. Exactly.
That's one thing.
Yes.
They are looking for someone that is perfect for ministry
alone.
And they forget about personal life. And you find that 70% of the time you're just together, you're not doing ministry.
Exactly.
And so you have to make sure this person is fitting for you as a person. Before we start talking about the compatibility in purpose and in ministry and all of that. So if I have a list of requirements,
I don't think I ever sat down to draw a list though, since I can't remember saying that he must be tall. I know that I wanted a godly man. That one was on my list. But I've always loved dark guys. So it's not like I say it must be a dark guy, but I've always loved dark guys, tall guys. He's actually my spec, but I didn't sit down to say, okay, I'm now looking. If he comes and he's not like this, I cancel him. No.
So the thing is that she saw me, she liked me, I became her spec. So
Jesus.
Like when you fall in love with the person, becomes like that is your spec.
Yeah, okay, right? Move to the next question. Move to the next question.
So this one says, all through these years, how have you been able to manage financial slowdown, times of financial difficulty? So was your wife able to get fixed with either a job or a business that supports her financial level as someone who was working before marriage relocated her? So first of all, we were living in the same place when we got married. We did not relocate immediately. We relocated after, and it was both of us that relocated after 2 years. After 2 years, we relocated. So so how have we've had times of real financial difficulty. You know, when we got married, we were not doing excellently financially, you know, but we knew it was time because we just felt that conviction. It was time to move ahead. How did we handle it?
For me, if I'm answering the first question, which is how do we handle financial showdown? Financial showdown is what happens in life. So I think one of the things is to plan, to have a savings, to have a reserve when you have plenty, so that when you experience financial showdown, you can now get the reserve and help yourself. Then another thing is that when you're in a financial showdown, it's two of you and your husband. Is my husband exactly? So I'm not antagonizing him. There is no food in this house. You cannot even give me enough money to cook soup. This food you gave me, there is no meat. So we are in it together. So we are experiencing the financial showdown together, and we are working towards getting out of it together. So it's being in that boat of financial showdown together and not fighting your partner that is not providing. So that is, I think that is how we've handled it.
These questions are really a lot, and I really thought that we'll be able to do this in a shorter time. So but we'll have one more section. We'll go on a break, one more. Then we'll come back and answer the remaining 2 or 3 questions. Right? All right, so guys, we'll see you shortly after the short break.
Peace out.